of things I want to talk about involving this new game, such as comparison to last year's game, new features, a lot of new things they took away, and a lot of old things that have been in a lot of past games that they recently took out in this year's game. So first, I'm going to start with the new features. There's a new thing in the game, whether you're playing an exhibition or a franchise or whatever game you're playing, there's a new thing in the game called Game Flow, where there will be an option X for Game Flow, A, play by type, where you pick your own play. Game Flow, in my opinion, is basically like a shortcut to Ask Madden, because Game Flow will automatically pick the best play due on the circumstances of your positioning on the field, the defense, the team, your players, how everything's going. Game Flow is basically a shortcut of Ask Madden. Also, this year, a lot of people have been talking about the sprint button, which used to be the right, I believe it was the left trigger, where if you're the ball handler at that moment, you press that and it helps you run faster downfield. That button no longer works. But in substitute of that, they took out the sprint button, but they added new features such as sharper cuts and turns. There used to be a delay in past games. I remember this. There used to be a delay, not so much of a delay, but when you went to a sharp turn quick, it used to stop for a minute and then turn, like last year and the year before that. This year is very sharp, quick turns. There's not much of a delay at all. Actually, there is no delay. Also, under exhibition mode, there is a Super Bowl 45 mode, where you pick two teams and you're automatically in the Super Bowl. Also, one thing that I was shocked about that was really cool in this year's game is the Super Bowl celebration at the end. There's actually a lot of things they do at the end. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm just going to warn you now. If you don't want to hear these spoiler results, fast forward like 30 seconds. But if you haven't got to the Super Bowl yet, or you don't want to know yet because you haven't played the game, but after you win the Super Bowl, you go on a parade down the streets of whatever town you're from. You go to the White House. Barack Obama is literally in this game. You see the sad players who lost. It's really cool, and yeah, that was actually, I was shocked about that, because usually in past years the Super Bowl celebrations were nothing. They would just hold up the trophy and that was it. But for me, there were a few glitches with the trophy. The top of the Lombardi trophy, the football, was missing a few times, but that was nothing major. It went back to normal. Another new feature in this year's game is Madden Shop, which is only available through online game, through Xbox Live. I believe it was either the end of last year or the beginning of this year, Madden 2010 had an update where you update it and you would have a Madden Shop through Xbox Live. I had Xbox Live. I do have Xbox Live, and it worked then. I believe you bought coins through Xbox Live. You bought coins. You bought player packs and made players. You got player card packs, like football trading card packs, and those players would go to your ultimate team. A lot of things you do online. There are a lot of new features online. Online franchises, which are extremely hard, as I've heard. I haven't joined one yet. I don't even think I will. But online franchises are extremely hard. The final big feature, in my opinion, that was added to this year's game was AFL mode, which is basically, before the NFL, was the AFL, the American Football League. The AFL was a lot of old teams, like the New York Titans, the Oilers. Maybe it was the same team name, but it was a different look, like the logo, how they played. The players remain the same. They're current players. But if you go into this old AFL mode, the cameras, it's like a vintage camera where the lines come and the dots. It's like a brown vintage sepia type gameplay. The players are the same, but it's old uniforms. And this isn't for all 30 teams of the NFL. These are for only old teams. The Oilers, I know, are on it. The Denver Broncos and the New York City Titans. For sure, I know those are the teams that I know that are definitely in this. But there are, I think, 12 or 13 other teams that when you get the game, or if you already have it in AFL mode, old teams and Not old players, the same players, just the field and logo and uniforms, and the gameplay is a little different. That's about it for this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace off.